we had inklings. We thought it would be possible. We didn't think it would be fact, but had no idea we would be starting today's show with these 4 words.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys? Indeed.
Wow.
By the way, just to go a little bit off track here, do you know the origin of that phrase, how about them Cowboys?
I know it was
These
after
circumstances?
an NFC championship
It was
game.
after the 1992 NFC championship game victory as Dallas was heading towards its first of 3 triplet Super Bowl victories. The dreadful 1 in 15 years leading to a playoff season the year before. They took care of the Bears but didn't get out of the divisional playoffs, made it to the playoffs the next year, vanquished the mighty 49ers in Candlestick Park in the 1992 NFC Championship game, and that's when he stepped in front of his team and dropped the
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
And now you have to say the same thing right now. It's amazing how just 2 weeks after we saw the NFL on tilt on a Monday night game where we're wondering if defense will ever return, ever come back. Is there any way that defense can be saved in the NFL? In a world where schemes are so diverse and team speed is so crucial on offense that defenses can't keep up. Pre-snap, it's tough to figure out. Post-snap, it's tough to cover everybody with as fast as the players that are coming at you are in the NFL. And then you see the Dallas Cowboys using defense, using a real bona fide coming at you, hard-hitting, hard-charging front seven. The hot boys up front, as they are referring to themselves, with guys who can plaster on the back end as well. Front and back ends of the defense working together. That's what Warren Sapp would always tell me. And Dallas Cowboys are as good as any team in the NFL at doing that. And I know I'm talking to Bears fans right now. The Bears obviously have, you could say, maybe the defensive player of the year in Khalil Mack. But the hot boys have 2 young stud linebackers that you can't run wide on the Dallas Cowboys. And if the defensive line is coming at you the way that they are, you can't run up the middle on them either. You can't run on them. Can't run on them. Kamara and Ingram were erased last night.
What did you say, Elzero? 65 total rushing yards for the Saints?
Erased. And the number of times they try to get Kamara in space out wide, try to get him in space by jet sweeping him. I mean, there was Jalen Smith preventing him from scoring on a 3rd down play, leading to a 4th down play where both Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith crashed into the hole and jammed up the defensive line that was standing up the offensive line right there at the line of scrimmage, and the 4th down play was stuffed. And you knew Sean Payton would go for it. I mean, it was in the 2nd quarter. He'd already used his final challenge in order to get inside the red zone. And who would have thought that Dallas's offense would then march the length of the field before the end of the half?
Not me.
And prevent Drew Brees from getting out there until 50 seconds left in the half. And they had the ball at the before and after halftime, too. That's the way you beat the Saints. Hit him in the mouth, prevent him from running, keep Brees on the sidelines. When he gets out there, 3 and out him, get him anxious, get him frustrated, get him off the spot, get after him. And after 54-51, buried defense apparently for evermore. 13-10, Thursday Night Football. Saints offense is as good as diverse as anybody's. Breeze, the MVP of the season, as you know, I've been pounding that table since the middle of the season. Coming in and just totally ineffectual. Zeke scoring on a beautifully blocked screen pass. Dak making smart choices with the exception of taking care of the football. And Cam Jordan coming up with the superfecta. A sack, forced fumble, and recovery while being held to keep Dallas from scoring an extra field goal to make sure New Orleans had to score a touchdown to win it, or scoring a touchdown to end the game, giving the Saints a shot that I thought that they would take and either extend it into overtime or win it. And instead, Jordan Lewis comes up with the game-sealing interception. Game-sealing because Sean Payton was off last night, too, with some of his play calling. And then to use his second to last timeout before the 2-minute warning after the interception allowed Dallas to throw the ball. And if you know what I'm saying, if they had used the timeout, his last timeout on the other end of the 2-minute warning, then Dallas would have been forced to run the ball after the 2-minute warning, or at least we're assuming,
right,
to use that last timeout.
And the Saints might have got the ball back.
Instead, the Cowboys were able to throw it with impunity, threw it in the end zone, and then there was a pass interference, and then victory formation, end game. Jason Garrett.
The clapper.
Hey, man, look.
He sets the tone.
You can't put at his feet every last problem that the Cowboys have of inefficiency on offense, poor clock management, silly penalties, and Randy Gregory had a roughing the punter penalty that was dreadful, a call on his crown of his helmet being in the neutral zone, as the refs had a dreadful game last night. I mean, it was just not good. They missed the Jalen Smith helmet launch on Alvin Kamara. They missed a face mask on Dak Prescott. They called all sorts of bizarre penalties and then missed other ones. Got to play better than the ref's ref, and Dallas did that. And, you know, this is your recipe right now, man. I guess. Can you do it against the Rams in their house? Can you do it? Because Dallas might have to do that. Can you do it against New Orleans again in their house? Because Dallas might have to do that. Their slow start does not have them in the mix for a bye week. But what they are is the clear class of the NFC East with 4 straight wins. And like I said, you cannot keep saying Garrett is clueless. Garrett is all he does out there is he rah-rah, when they clearly came to play last night and had the scheme on offense and the defense riled up, ready to roll. And then the proper buttons got pushed whenever they needed to be pushed. Garrett, that is a signature win.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.